Okay, everybody, I've decided to finally put this quick video together of how I've got my 2000 Jeep XJ, otherwise known as Boba, put together. Was at the Go Kit Challenge today in Denton County and completely forgot to do this video. Got caught up in the moment, I guess. But let me go over first and second iteration. So basically, because I don't have a steel bumper back here with a tire carrier, I built my box around having this tire in here. I couldn't put it on the rack on the roof, then I can't get in the garage to work on it, so it's here. I got this hinged board that lifts up, and you can unscrew this, and the tire comes out when needed, and the jack and everything's behind it. And the other half over here folds down, so you got a flat top, a rubbery surface that's non-slip, and it supports. I got 3 hinges on this side, so it supports, and there's a support in the back. It supports bricks, retaining stone walls, bags of cement. I put a lot of stuff in here. So I built the box around this, and let's start with the radios in here. So this one here is the TYT, I believe, TYT, 220 megahertz, and it's currently disconnected. This is the Yaesu ATS120, and the head and mic is up front with an extension or separation set. And then the Yaesu 891, that mic and head used to be up front, but I moved it to the back because I'm never driving and using HF. And I put the little mic up here, power distribution, and antenna switch. Underneath this is a battery, and for the battery I've got a relay up in the engine bay that keeps it charged, and if the Jeep needs it, can draw off of it as well. The switch can switch two antennas. One antenna is permanently installed. The second antenna is this port right here, and that's pretty much all I had for the first iteration. The second iteration, what I've added is I added 2 more antennas. So with this one, I came out and put a switch, so I can switch to 2 different antennas external. And I forgot I had the power thing here for Anderson if anyone needed to plug in. So I added the switch, and I added this tuner to the setup. So when I switch, or when I'm on switch or antenna number 1 with this, that one goes to the mobile antenna, the Yaesu ATS120, and that goes right into that. And the beautiful thing about a lot of these type of mounts is you can adjust it on 2 different axes. So what I do is when the lift gate is up, I can adjust that, and so that this antenna can screw right in and sit straight up and down. And that's the ATS120. If you got a Yaesu radio that's compatible, it's a great antenna. Auto tunes without a controller. So that's what I've got for the first antenna. Then when I switch over, again, that pumps me through the filter, or through the tuner, and out here into the switch. And so the first switch takes me to the Chameleon Hybrid Mini 500 watt SSB Max, I believe. And this one I'll put in the ground with their spike, and this spike comes by itself, or you can buy it with the TDL kit, the Tactical Delta Loop, which claims to be for NVIS, and it never really worked well for me. But I'd put it in there. It basically screws in the top, and then I got both segments of their mill whips. This one is the standard one, and then you can add this one for just greater capabilities, I believe. So those 2 go together in here, and so I have a vertical. I've also got their I think 4 ground radial setup. I haven't used it yet, but when I do a POTA and set this up, I will use that. And that's the first antenna. So I got a vertical setup, and of course the ATAS on the mobile is vertical as well. This is just more bands and definitely more reach probably from the ATAS, even though the ATAS works amazing. So then we get back over here, and when I want to switch to a wire, I switch to B, and B will run to the Chameleon Hybrid Micro, which I believe is a 250 watt SSB Max. And I've got, let's see, 60 feet, 73 feet, 130 feet wires. Okay, so what this one does is, and I've got a little piece of the rubber here, and I'll cover the rack up here. Let me show you where I put this. So I come up here on the rack, I put that rubber there so the teeth don't dig into the metal, and clamp that on really tight, and then I can run that wire up into a tree, sloper, inverted V. I can do a flat top like I did today at the Go Kit Challenge. It was about 8 or maybe 10 feet high for NVIS. And I run that cable down into antenna B. So that's the second antenna I have up. Then for any of these, I've got 2 digital setups. One of them I use when I use the PC is the Rig Blaster plug and play. I love it. I think it's around $100. I use this when I travel and I operate from Japan, another country. Great for digital, easy to set up. And the other one I used to use, and I don't, my 10-inch Android tablet broke, so I haven't had one for a while. But this is no longer made. It's called the Wolfie. And I went on their website and see they don't make them anymore. So you download some apps like a RIDI app and some different apps. And this would easily plug into any Android phone or tablet. And I used to use that. Uses less battery for mobile than my laptop. I can even use my, an Android phone if you want. So that was another option, but I'll probably just replace this with the DigiRig. That seems to be the popular one. I think the DigiRig runs around $50. So those are 2 great digital options for mobile. POTA, just especially the DigiRig, really small footprint as far as taking up space and power and all that. So those are the antennas I have set up. The other antenna that I do have is I do have the Alpha. I bought this one before I bought the Chameleon. They got a lot of similar things that Chameleon antenna has as well. But what I got with this one was this whip, and I have yet to test this, so at some point I'll test it and maybe give a review of it with the whip. But you can do this one in configurations with a vertical. They have a telescopic vertical. I think you can add a wire to this. You can do all very similar things to what the Chameleon matches offer as well. And there's a lot of videos. Julian has done videos. Other people have done videos on the comparisons. So there's no point in me doing that kind of stuff. I'm just doing these videos to kind of show my experience. And then in my Jeep, I've added the Molly rack, and I've got bags and such, winders. Each bag is marked with coax. This is the antenna wire, power cables, a tow strap, and I've also got the Chameleon quad, which is you just use 2 ham sticks, 2 different bands, and you got a dual dipole with their quad. Haven't used that yet either. I just got it. It was on sale. I took advantage of some of their sales over the holidays. And then what I thought I'd do is have a couple bands, and then I'm probably just going to wire any antennas I take will be wired on this side, or maybe even just in some kind of PVC pipe that goes that way. But that's pretty much it. That's how I've got it all set up, and it works great. And I have the Bioenno battery just as kind of my backup. That's where I mounted the head. It's easy to use. So my thoughts for the next iteration, hopefully by next year's Go Kit Challenge, is to get the tire out. I got to get the metal or the steel bumper with tire carrier. Get rid of the tire. Redo this whole thing into a full box. And the radios are they're going to be on drawers, and the battery will be in the back instead of the front. So I'll have better access to the radios. Probably still keep this on the side. I'm not sure. I may mount it to the side of the rig. I'm not quite sure about that. And then what I'll have here is I'll have a tub full of all of these bags and perhaps my tow cable, jumper cables, and stuff like that. And then I have room for something else. It might be a refrigerator or something else that pulls out on some kind of a sliding rack. And then I thought on the front of it, maybe have a door that comes down, and then that's my workstation. I have a place to work right here. And then looking into some kind of a chair that goes into the hitch here. And then I can kind of sit on a stool or chair and operate from the back of my Jeep. But I just wanted to get this video out, and this is what I've been doing. It's been a fun project. I loved doing the radio setup. The wiring sometimes is a hassle, but once it's all done, it's just fun. And I was able to nerd out a little bit, and I did the Millennium Falcon headliner. So for you nerds or Star Wars lovers, you can enjoy that as well. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope to make better videos, and when I get out at the parks and set antennas up, I'll do some more videos. I just enjoy making the videos. I don't really need to do reviews. We've got plenty of the guys out there doing reviews. So maybe you get some ideas from this, and I don't know, just some information to get out there for my fellow hams and fellow Jeep lovers out there. So you guys take care. 73 K5 VOP clear.